I've been doing this for a while. You use your phone every day, scrolling, messaging, or watching videos, probably on YouTube. But have you ever wondered what actually makes all of that possible? Welcome back, and as we continue on this journey of our digital literacy certification program, we're now exploring fundamental operating system concepts, starting with the one you use the most, your mobile device. It's attached to us 24/7. Now, I would need you to think of your phone like a city, okay? Your apps are like the buildings, social media, banking, games, messages, but the operating system is the city manager. And I think I explained that in my previous sessions, controlling how everything runs, making sure apps work smoothly, and managing resources like your memory, storage, and security. In this lesson, you will explore mobile operating systems like Android and iOS, the system that powers most smartphones today. We also look at some discontinued mobile operating systems to understand how technology evolves over time. And I believe you've heard of BlackBerry. Yes, it was the ish in our time, and those who had it were at the top of affairs. By the end of this lesson, you will understand why the operating system is truly the brain and code behind your device. Let's dive in as I present it for you. Stick and stay. So it's been a journey, and we've been through 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and we now on 1.5. And as soon as we're done with this, we move to 1.6 to complete the first lesson of technology basics for our level 1. You've done well. So let's look at identifying operating systems. And in this context, we are looking at mobile operating systems. So that is what most of us, are used to because we all have mobile phones. So the smartphones and our tablet use mobile operating systems designed for touch screens, small displays, and fast connectivity. And these systems are optimized for low power usage while still supporting tasks like phone and video calls, streaming, web browsing, texting, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth connections. And I've really still not gotten my head around why Apple's Bluetooth is not compatible with Android. Probably they should come and explain this to us, if there is a way around this. I still do not get it. Okay. Then we also have the Android, which was developed by Google, and it is based on the Linux, and it is open source. So if you remember from our previous lesson, we talked about proprietary software and what? Open source. So its versions are named after desserts, I beg your pardon, like Jelly Bean, Kit Kat, and Marshmallow. So Android powers a wide range of devices from manufacturers such as Samsung, HTC, Sony, and Motorola. So most of the phones that we use, almost about 80%, is being powered by, the Android operating system, which is the mobile OS. So it currently has the largest user base worldwide. When we come to the Apple, which has been perceived to be for the elite in the society because it's expensive. So it is a closed source and it's proprietary, used on iPhones, iPads, and iPods. So it supports third-party apps and is known for its stability, security, and integration with other Apple devices. So if you've got the cash and you can afford, why not? And if you're only using it for text messaging, phone calls, video calls, then that's good for you. But you can explore the powerful, features of the phone and leverage it for your work. Then we also look at discontinued mobile systems. So some mobile operating systems are no longer supported but still exist. And these include Windows 10 Mobile, developed by Microsoft and integrated with OneDrive and Office. And we have the BlackBerry 10, which was also developed by BlackBerry for its own range of phones and tablets. And I remember going way back to University of Cape Coast days. I had a couple of Nigerian friends who had this BlackBerry, and it was perceived to be, for that elite class. So if you don't have a BlackBerry, then you're considered as, being of a middle status or a lower status. But now it's no longer in existence. It's been discontinued. So this is how far technology, has evolved. So please, you need to understand that technology is moving at a very fast pace, and if you don't do something about it, you'll stay stuck. Okay? So if you still want to learn more, I always say you head over to certipod.com/IC3. And if you want to know more about what I've been doing since 2017 May, you head over to fittsgh.net, or you can do a hashtag fittsgh, do a Google, then you can follow my digital footprint. So this is a wrap. And if you've not followed, you've not subscribed, now is the time to do so. Just follow the series. I will take my time to teach all the various levels of our IC3 GS6. Catch you in the next lesson. Stay blessed. Bye-bye for now.